guys? What's up? Sean here, mostly metal. Been a while. I've had some crazy work stuff going on, family stuff. So videos really haven't been a top priority for me, but that's okay. I'm back. Today's going to be the, what month is it? The May edition of the Metalhead TOTE. So I hope you guys have dug that in the past. We're going to dig through a tote I have. It's kind of my take on the Metalhead, the monthly Metalhead box. I have a tote of stuff I've collected over the years, going back probably 30 years, and I just randomly pull stuff out of the tote down here and talk about it if I can even remember what some of the stuff is. So I hope you dig it. In the background, we have the 2007 release from, I think it's Greece, G-R-I-S. I'm not going to try to pronounce it. Il était une forêt. I think it's French. They are from Quebec, Canada. This is, I believe, a reissue on Northern Silence. Gatefold edition. Just started listening to this a couple days ago. It's been on my buy list. There's inner sleeves with lyrics that I can't read. I think it also comes with a nice booklet. Very well done, as always, with Northern Silence. They always take a lot of pride in their art. It came with a poster as well, just the same as the innards, or the booklet, the gatefold that I showed you. Kind of cool. And this is on I don't know, some kind of a pinkish lavender purple type vinyl. It's got AB side and then etching. I think that's true. So this is side D that has the etching. Kind of cool. I'm still diving into it. It's kind of atmospheric black metal, obviously. Not sure what to think of it yet. I'm not hearing anything that I haven't heard before, but like I said, I've just started diving into it, so more to come on this release. But we're going to dive in to the Metalhead box and start pulling out stuff. I have, over the years, I've collected catalogs, postcards, letters, CDs, promotional items, you name it. I would go to shows and just grab stuff and collect it for the hell of it. So I'm also going to try to start making these videos a little shorter. I think sometimes 10 to 15 minutes, I'm not sure, even myself. Our attention spans go much further than that. So we're going to go a little short. This is going to be a cool one. This is, maybe I should cover this. I don't know. This is something sent to me. That's a very old address. So I don't live there anymore if you want to stalk me. But this is from, if you can see that, Merle Allen. That's G.G. Allen's brother. I wrote to him, based on the timestamp, I got this in 1998. So that was 23 years ago. Very much old school in the way catalogs worked back then. Merle didn't have a website or anything. He had a catalog that he would send for those that were into G.G. Allen, and you could order stuff from his catalog. I think this used to be stapled. Part of it's stapled and part of it, some of it is. It's hard to sort through here. It was meant to be like an actual booklet here. Merle did, write a little note on the inside here. Good to hear from you. Enclosed is a catalog. Any questions, call me. When ordering, send a money order only. So no checks, none of that fun stuff. But he had a lot of videos in here. If you were interested in that, he had his final show on VHS at the time, which I think is now in the hated documentary. You could order his wake and funeral coverage. That's his headstone down there. I think it's actually, had been defaced and I think stolen a few times, where him and Merle and his mom just kind of said, we're just not going to put headstone on because people keep screwing with it. Could have ordered a G.G. Allen doll. A lot of people have shit on Merle for quote-unquote making money off of his brother. I'm sure G.G. Allen wouldn't have minded CDs and cassettes. You get the idea. I don't think G.G. would have cared either way. He also advertised some Murder Junkie stuff in here. And then the final page looks like just some more stickers that you can buy. So I was really into G.G. Allen back around this time. I had just discovered him through a friend of mine, and I was kind of in that mode. You know, a lot of us metal, punk, hardcore folks, when we dive headfirst into something, we want to consume all of it, and I would spend all of my money on sending away for catalogs and whatnot. So pretty cool that I kept hold on to that for so many years. Let's see what else we got in here. This is, don't know what this is. This is another time stamped or date stamp. No, there's no date on this. That's the only way I know some of this stuff. This was definitely back in the late 90s, early 2000s. So I think, oh, this is something I've been looking for. I have been looking, or I put out a G.G. Allen tribute CD. I reached out to Merle and asked permission. Again, this is when I was huge into G.G. Allen. And I said, hey, I want to put out a CD of G.G. Allen covers. So I reached out to a bunch of bands. I want to say it might have been in the MySpace days, where I just kind of did searches on punk rock bands that did G.G. Allen or G.G. Allen covers, and say, hey, you guys want to create you want to be on a tribute album to G.G. Allen? And a lot of people said yes, people from all over the world, actually. It was kind of cool. And this was the first time I kind of dabbled in running a label. Wasn't really much of a label at the time, obviously, but I had a CD burner. At the time, I had actually a way to take cassettes and make them into CDs. I don't know if you remember, before CD-ROMs were a thing on computers, you had like this unit that you had to plug in, and they were big. It was like this big, about that big, and you had to plug it in to your computer and actually rip and burn CDs, and it used to take for fucking ever. But I put out a album called Fuck Authority, a tribute to G.G. Allen. This is the booklet. I made all of this stuff on my computer at the time, so I used probably Microsoft Office 95, or maybe 2000 was out at the time. That picture was taken by one of the guys from Anti-Scene, I believe. I got his permission to use it. So I found different collages and stuff from G.G. That's G.G. collage I put together there. I was so incompetent with the way this stuff worked. You can see there's blank pages all throughout this because I didn't want to use too much ink. Color ink is expensive now. It was expensive then too, so there's blank pages in here. I don't know why I did it this way. There's kind of a thank you list. Came out 2000. There's a copyright down there. Copyright 2000. So this was 21 years ago. The bands on here: Dog Bite, the Johnny Earthquake Band, Brain Sample, Night Stalkers, the Swede Fucks, Pope Goat, PP7, the Culprits, Love Sores. Again, a lot of bands I wasn't familiar with, but they were G.G. fans. There's some more blank pages, and then some credits on the back, and then a picture of G.G. Died in June of '93. So this was the CD that is a picture of G.G. in his coffin that I made on my computer. You can tell they were all CDRs. I didn't professionally have this done. This was the back tray with all of the songs on it. And this is actually a letter I think I had sent a guy, the guy from the Johnny Earthquake Band. He wanted to hear a version of it, and he actually had mastering equipment. And so I don't know if you noticed, but the VU level on a lot of the songs are all over the place. It kind of wrote me a letter. He offered to do it for free, to master it and make the levels sound a little better. So with that, he sent me some free Johnny Earthquake CDs. that I still have. Kind of cool. I don't know whatever happened to these guys, but if you know about them, there you go. They did a Jabbers thing too, which was one of the tribute to the Jabbers, which was one of Gigi's many bands. So kind of cool. I still have this. So thank you to Johnny Earthquake if you ever see this. It meant a lot to me at the time putting out this CD. I'm glad I still have somewhat of a loose copy of it. I don't even remember how many I made. I think every band got so many copies. Very few people bought it. I've never even bothered to look to see if it's on Discogs. I'm sure it's not, because it's not even a real release. So we'll go through one more thing here. Let's see what we pull out of the magic box. This is a copy of Night Times, August of 1995. It has a Lollapalooza advertisement on the front. This was a free magazine that you could get in St. Louis, so whenever I would go to shows, I would buy magazines, and it would talk about, you know, local bands, local shows coming up. I was going to try to see if there were some other advertisements in here, just some stuff about some quote-unquote alternative bands, Bex, Sinead O'Connor, Hole. I remember Possum Dixon somewhat. Wasn't really a metal magazine per se. It would just talk about different bands. And then on the back here, an advertisement for Rainey's at 618. So these types of magazines, if you were around in the 90s, they would put those in record stores for free. And that was kind of my gateway into finding out when shows were happening. Discovering new bands. Again, the internet wasn't really popping at that time. So you kind of had to go to the local record store and find a band you were interested in that you read about, and that's how you discovered new music. Not as easy as today with, you know, Bandcamp, Spotify, YouTube, etc. Sound like an old man, but that's true. It was harder back in the day. You'd spend $20 on an album only to find out it was terrible, and then try to turn around and trade it in for $7 to your local store, and, you know, do that 3 times and buy yourself another new one. So that's how it used to be done. So that's it today, guys. A quickie, less than, well, it went 12 minutes. That's okay. So this was the May version. June is right around the corner. I'll probably be doing that soon. And I'm going to be starting very soon the record label series that I've mentioned, how to run it, the drawbacks. Neil Jameson from the band that I can't remember right now, Krieg. He has an article in Decibel Magazine, and this month's article kind of talks about labels and what they go through, and it's kind of egging me on to do the video series on it, so I will be doing that very soon as well. So hope you guys dug the trip down memory lane, and I will catch you all very soon. Later.